Okay, so I was going to record a podcast tonight, but yeah, so it's a little tough. I mean, it's gonna be in the title, screen card, whatever fuck it is, but you know the shit. You got here, so you saw the shit. Um, so taking my evening walk, I decided to listen to the newest episode of the Pivot podcast, and they had basketball star Michael Beasley, former number two overall pick, very like that class of high school prospects. That was Derrick Rose, Mike Beasley, OJ Mayo, that class. Guys who are somewhat legends, folklore within the world of basketball. Mike Beasley finally got the opportunity to tell his story, his and not and flip the media narrative that was painted on him for so many years, and ooh, it's tough. It is a good listen. If you're hearing this, I recommend you listen to it. But just know it's gonna be tough. You might cry a little bit. You have to get yourself together. But it's probably one of the best podcast episodes I've listened to of an athlete being finally able to speak their side of their story and not have the media tell it. Because Mike Beasley was dealing with a lot of things during his NBA career. And as much as they talk about mental health now, you can see through Mike Beasley speaking that it, they didn't care about his mental health, and that drove him further and further into a place of being extremely protective and living a life just based on survival and not living. And so, please listen to Mike Beasley's story, the Pivot Podcast. This is, I guess, a free commercial, but I'll try to record tonight once I get myself together. If I can if I get myself in a more podcasty mood. But go listen to that. I have a new episode probably Friday or Saturday. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, I guess. During this brief intermission, I just wanted to remind all our listeners that we are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, and we also have a Twitter account where you guys can interact with us and catch up with us, see our ideas on some things happening between our podcast episodes. Links will always be down in the description. And now back to the action.